The National Policy Institute held its annual conference in the nation's capital. Their movement is broadly referred to as alt-right, but the positions they embrace are white nationalist, supremacist, and many say absolutely racist. Unlike past gatherings, this meeting was energized by the election of Donald Trump. Here is some of what took place at the conference this weekend.
Hail Trump! Hail our people! Hail victory! No one will honor us for losing gracefully. No one mourns the great crimes committed against us. For us, it is conquer or die. To be white is to be a striver, a crusader, an explorer, and a conqueror. We build, we produce, we go upward. And we recognize the central lie of American race relations. We don't exploit other groups. We don't gain anything from their presence. They need us and not the other way around. We are not meant to live in shame and weakness and disgrace. We were not meant to beg for moral validation from some of the most despicable creatures to ever populate the planet. We were meant to overcome all of it, because that is natural and normal for us. America was, until this past generation, a white country designed for ourselves and our posterity. It is our creation. It is our inheritance, and it belongs to us.
Here's what President-elect Trump's staff had tweeted in response to that controversial video. Quote, President-elect Trump has continued to denounce racism of any kind, and he was elected because he will be a leader for every American. To think otherwise is a complete misrepresentation of the movement that united Americans from all backgrounds. There were protesters outside the conference, and the U.S. Holocaust Museum issued a statement that said, in part, quote, Richard Spencer, the leader of the National Policy Institute, made several direct and indirect references to Jews and other minorities, often alluding to Nazism. The targeting of Jews was central to Nazi racist ideology. The Germans attempted to kill every Jewish man, woman, and child they could find. Nazi racism extended to other groups. By the end of World War II, the Germans and the collaborators had murdered 6 million Jews and millions of other innocent civilians, many of whom were targeted for racial reasons. The Holocaust did not begin with killing, it began with words. The museum calls on all American citizens, our religious and civic leaders, and the leadership of all branches of the government to confront racist thinking and divisive, hateful speech. Joining us right now is Richard Spencer, who they were just referring to. So, Richard, we had you previously on TV One. Have you back? First and foremost, when you said despicable creatures, who were you talking about?
I was talking about the lying media that have actually been lying about me for the last 24 hours.
So when you say lying about you, what does that mean?
CNN claimed that I questioned whether Jews were people and things like that. We published the text of my speech. I did nothing of the kind. They're doing a wild exaggeration. They're worrying about fake news. They're engaging in fake news about me.
So why Heil Hitler there? Why the Nazi references? Why?
No one said Heil Hitler.
No, first of all, when we saw the video there were individuals there who were doing that. We've seen photos as well of individuals at that particular conference who were using the Nazi salute.
There's a lot of exuberance in events like this. There's also a lot of irony. The fact is...
Of the Nazi salute?
Yeah, in the sense when it's done in the context of the alt-right, it's done in a spirit of fun and exuberance.
But this is America.
Because whenever anyone sticks up for European identity, whenever they say, I want to stick up for us, for our people, they're always called a collection of names: Nazi, KKK, Southern Confederate, etc. I think a lot of people just want to throw it back in their enemies' faces.
So it's totally natural for Americans to use a Nazi salute when America fought against the Nazis, fought against what they were all about. Why would you salute? Why would you appreciate that? Why would you not say, no, this is America? You don't do that in America.
Again, it's a moment of exuberance.
No. You use exuberance.
I don't need, look, I can't police everyone at a conference.
No. What you can say, here's the question. Are you an American?
Yes, I'm an
Are
American
you proud to be an
citizen.
American?
Yes, I'm a proud
Do
citizen.
you believe that America should have beaten Nazi Germany in World War II?
I wish that we had avoided that conflict.
No, you answered my question. You answered my question. Should America have beaten war? You said we should avoid it. Should America have beaten back Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler in World War II?
Once the United States was in the war, yes, absolutely,
Okay.
we have to win it.
So if we won it and we beat back Nazi Germany, why would you even say, well, in exuberance, people do that? Why would you not say, as an American, that is not what we do in America?
What you're saying is just logically incoherent. I mean, you know, we're talking about a Second World War, and therefore you can't do something in fun and jest.
So you believe
5 people or something?
No. Actually, hold on one second. 5 people. Shelley, play the video again. Play the video.
Hail Trump! Hail our people! Hail victory!
That's not 5 people. That's more. That's far more than 5 people. But I'm trying to understand, why would you excuse that as if that's no big deal? Oh, it's just sort of in fun. That's offensive to Americans. That's offensive to American soldiers. That's offensive to World War II veterans who actually fought in that war. How do you say, that's exuberance?
Because that's what it was, and it's nothing more than that. This is what I would say, is that...
Are there any World War II veterans in your family?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
both of my grandfathers.
And both of your grandfathers.
Yes.
Would your grandfathers say, "Oh, that's exuberance"?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. So your grandfathers wouldn't say, "I fought against that." I fought where that's not done in America.
No. I don't think most people are like this. It's actually just the liberal media that's in a collective freakout.
No, actually, no, it's not a question of collective freakout. If somebody wants to call themselves an American, they would then say, no, that's not American. So also I want to ask you this
But
here.
I'll actually agree. I'll find some common ground here. I do think that the alt-right, we've gone from being a movement that was not connected to the political mainstream, not connected to the political fray. We now are. People are paying attention to us. People are looking at us. And so I actually say yes. We need to start maybe knock some of that stuff off. We need to think of ourselves as a mainstream movement that's going to reach people, because we do have that power.
Okay, so are you white nationalists?
I don't use the term white nationalist. I like the term alt-right, first off, and I also like the term identitarian, because it gets at what I am and what I believe.
And what is that?
Identity is at the heart of my ideology. So
what's that identity?
Race is a foundation of that identity, undoubtedly.
Now race is simply a creation of mankind. That's a construct. It doesn't exist. I mean, bottom line is, no, I know who I am. First of all, I'm Roland Martin. I'm a man.
Okay.
I'm a man.
Do you identify as a black man?
Oh, first of all, I identify as a man.
Okay.
Identify as a man.
Sexist?
No, actually, it's not sexist, because if a person is a woman, identifies as a woman.
Okay.
So I'm a man. I'm a Christian. Are you a Christian?
I'm a cultural Christian. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Well, you know, many of us struggle with faith, but I'm part of a Christian.
Hold on. You can't call yourself. You can't call yourself a cultural Christian and then say I struggle with faith. Have you professed that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior?
No, I have in my life. I don't. I mean, look, is this an imposition on me?
No, actually, it's an interview. But see, when somebody tells me they're a Christian, and
I'm culturally Christian.
What is culturally Christian?
I grew up in a Christian background. I resonate with Christianity, and so on.
Okay, I'm asking again. Have you professed with your mouth that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior?
I have in my life, yes.
Okay, so that means that you're a Christian. So how is it that with what you espouse, how do you find that to be compatible with Christian ideals? Most
Christians throughout world history agreed with me that identity matters and that race is real and that they're part of an extended family. It's only this tiny slice of world history, like post-1965, that everyone thinks that Christianity is incompatible with identity. I do not believe that.
If you use world history, there were people who actually used Christianity to justify slavery and the enslavement of people who look like me. And so
why are you a Christian?
Why am I a Christian? Because those people actually were false Christians. Those people were fake Christians. Those people probably were cultural Christians, where they somehow allowed culture to inform their faith as opposed to their faith informing their culture. But I ask you this. I go back to the question I asked you.
For most of Christian history, there was feudalism, there was serfdom, there was slavery, there was identity, there was nationalism.
And those
all of these people un-Christian, but you are Christian?
No. Those are people who actually who chose to pimp the Bible as opposed to actually believe in exactly what Jesus Christ talked about.
Most all of Christians throughout world history were pimps.
No.
You are a true Christian.
No. What I'm saying is this here: as a Christian, I believe in the Word, as opposed to this false nonsense that most of those folks were. But they were also fake Christians because they used the Word to actually enslave people.
I'm so glad we've reached true Christianity in 2016.
Well, first of all, you barely identify as one. So you say you cultural, you dance around it.
I'm being honest.
It's around it. No, I got you.
Isn't that a value?
I got you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not going to lie to you.
No, that's fine. But I still got to go back to this here. So are you a white supremacist?
No, I'm not a white supremacist. Absolutely. White supremacy means that a white person would want to rule over other people.
So you don't want to rule over other people?
I absolutely do not. We've had white supremacy in our past, whether you think of imperialism, slavery, colonialism. That's been a disaster. So no, I don't want to go back to that.
So what are you trying to go? So what are you saying? Because in your video you said we don't need them, they need us. Who's they?
Yes.
Who's they?
The white people ultimately don't need other races in order to succeed, in order to be ourselves. Absolutely not.
So how do you think America became the greatest economic nation without?
Not through black people.
Oh, it wasn't? It wasn't because of free labor?
Are you talking about slavery?
No, I'm talking about slavery and also what happened after slavery, which Douglas Blackman talked about, slavery by another name. So I'm trying to understand, when you say didn't need it, how do you think America became the greatest economy that it did? How do you think that happened?
Through the genius of Europeans.
How was the genius of Europeans when the fact of the matter is it was actually King Cotton that supplied the economic means for America to do so? And that was a result of free labor from black people.
Look, the whole point here is that who creates these systems? Who creates these business models and businesses?
Slavery was a business model?
Well, yes, it was a business model, yeah.
And was that one that you like or dislike?
I dislike.
You dislike
Yeah, I absolutely reject it.
Okay,
yeah.
so but you deny the reality, though,
no,
that's what allowed America to become the economic power, because America supplied 91% of the world's cotton. And so as a result of that, that's how America was able to fund the Industrial Revolution. It was because of free labor from black people.
The Industrial Revolution originated in Britain, and it originated in the countryside of Britain, where there were absolutely no slaves.
I said the money generated from that. But I asked you again, okay? You said we don't need anybody else.
No.
But the reality is, America history proves you wrong. The fact of the matter is, there is no great America. You can't sit here and talk about that greatness without other people making that happen.
We could have figured out another way to pick cotton.
Who?
I mean, white people could have figured out another way to
Y'all tried that, didn't work. Yeah, I mean, we
do it now. We've done it previously.
I don't know what books you read, but no, that's actually not what happened. But you said y'all would have figured it out, but you didn't.
Look, African slavery was an absolute disaster, socially and morally. I reject it. Okay? In terms of the 20th century, when America rose as a geopolitical power, when we had the greatest economy in the world and so on, that has nothing to do with slavery.
So you say we don't need anybody else. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, people of color are not going anywhere. So what is your vision for America? That is white land and the rest of us can leave?
I think that white people, Europeans, formed the core of American identity.
So why don't you go back to Europe? You keep saying European.
I just said being a European isn't just a plot of land. Being a European is about blood and spirit. These people formed the core of American identity. What it means to be American is ultimately what it means to be a white person here.
How so? Because
Dr. are essential.
Because the reality is here. Dr. King talked about,
and I want to maintain that.
Dr. King talked about it was black people who actually made America live up to the ideals that they wrote on a sheet of paper. That there were white Americans who talked about, we want the nation to be this. When the reality is, that's not what they were living up to. It was black folks who made that a reality when it came to the Constitution. When you say all men are created equal, we had a nation where it wasn't all men are created equal.
I myself am critical of the Founding Fathers. However, clearly they did not believe in multiracial equality. Clearly, if you look at the first...
And you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with that. I do not believe that everyone's equal.
So you don't believe in multiracial equality?
No. I mean, I don't think anyone does, actually. I mean, do you really think that all people are equal in talents and identity and worldview?
No, that's not what that means. No. When you say all people are created equal, that means at the moment you are born, we're going to treat you in the same way as we treat everybody else. Now, what you do with your life, what you do with your talents is different. There are many areas I'm quite sure I'm far more talented than you.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you don't have talent, but what it means is that when you are born, we're going to be treated as equals, equal American. So in your worldview, are you saying white folks should be treated as a greater American than if you're black or Latino or Asian or Native American?
At this point, I want white people to have the same rights that all other people do. The fact is, all
rights that white folks don't have?
All institutions, in terms of legal rights, yes, everyone has the same thing. In terms of what institutions are actually doing, absolutely no. White people do not have the rights of minorities.
How so? In what?
I'll go into it. In terms of federal hiring, absolutely. Federal hiring is geared towards not hiring more white men.
Whoa, stop. Hold on. Say it again.
Federal hiring.
Let me ask you a question. How many white men in the United States Senate?
That's not federal hiring.
No. Answer my question. How many white men in the United States Senate?
I don't know the exact number. It's
more than 80%.
Majority. Sure.
Okay. How many white staffers? See, you said hiring. That's hiring, correct?
Right.
How many white staffers in Congress?
A lot.
A lot. Define a lot.
I don't know.
It's in excess of 80%. Okay. So please show me how. No. That's federal hiring. It's federal hiring. So you say no. Hold up. That's federal hiring. So I'm trying to understand something here. You said like all of a sudden, oh my goodness, it's so rough for us.
Do you think that affirmative action is not at play in federal hiring?
Actually, hold on.
Every department on down. I mean, give me a break.
Actually, do you know what the greatest affirmative action policy was in this country?
Slavery?
No, that wasn't affirmative action. Okay. That was free labor. The great affirmative action policy in America was the GI Bill. And do you know who benefited from the GI Bill?
White people.
Your grandfathers.
Yes.
Do you know who did not benefit from the GI Bill? The same black folks who fought alongside in World War II, who also bled for this country, and when they came back. So when you talk about affirmative action, that is the greatest affirmative action bill in the history of America. Do you know who's benefited greater from affirmative action policies? First of all, who created affirmative action?
White people, probably.
Okay, President Richard Nixon,
right.
1969, Arthur Fletcher was there as well. Who is the greatest beneficiary of affirmative action?
The greatest beneficiary? I would say African Americans.
That's a lie.
Okay.
Do you have a girlfriend or wife?
Yes.
Is she white?
Yes.
She's the greatest beneficiary of affirmative action. White women have benefited more from affirmative action than anybody else in America.
You're getting very sexist here, Martin.
No, it's not sexist. That's a fact. So the fact is, so when you say affirmative action, white folks.
That might be the case.
No, it's not might. White women have benefited from affirmative action more than any other group.
I'll go with you to that.
No. So when you're saying, oh my goodness, affirmative action, why should not getting hired in the federal government? That's a lie.
Oh, that's fine. Look, this is what I'm saying. Let's look at Silicon Valley. Every spring, these big companies, Apple, Google, Facebook, will release diversity reports. And they will basically say, we are focused on not hiring white men.
Really?
Yes.
Hold on one second.
Look at all the diversity.
I'll stay right there. Hold on one second. I'm going to go to a break. See, here's the problem, Richard. This is the problem when you're a smart black man who can read. Mm-hmm. Have you seen their diversity numbers?
Yes, whites are underrepresented in these corporations.
All right, when we come back, we're going to do a fact check for Richard here when it comes to Silicon Valley, because, see, as y'all know here on TV1, Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. has been talking about Silicon Valley. I've been right there covering this for the last 24 months. We're going to give him the facts when we come back right here, News 19 TV1. All right, folks, back with our guest, Richard Spencer, president of the National Policy Institute, says he identifies with the alt-right. Many of us say he's a white nationalist. Richard, we talked about Silicon Valley. According to this report right here from the federal government, top 75 Silicon Valley tech firms. Whites, 47% of the workforce. Asian Americans, 41%. Hispanics, 6%. African Americans, 3%. Now, would women make up? No. So what you're saying is we don't have enough white people in Silicon Valley?
No, what I'm saying is white people, those numbers that you just read reveal that white people are underrepresented as a percentage in the population in Silicon Valley, which is exactly what I said.
So are white people underrepresented when it comes to Fortune 500 CEOs?
No, not in terms of CEOs.
Okay, are white people unrepresented when it comes to a board of directors members of Fortune 500 CEOs?
Probably not.
Of white people are underrepresented when it comes to corporate offices of Fortune 500 CEOs.
This is called moving the goalposts.
No, it's not. No, here's the deal. What you're saying is this here, okay, in this sector, oh my God, we only have 47% of white people. We need, so what do you want? You want 70, 80, 90?
No, what I'm saying is that these corporations, by their own explicit admission, are trying to hire less white people and less white men.
So you're saying,
reports.
So you're saying they're not hiring people who are the smartest?
No, I don't think they're hiring people merely because they're the smartest.
So you're upset that you're upset. No, I'm trying to understand. You're upset that 47% of white people work in Silicon Valley, but you have no problem with 90% of the Fortune 500 CEOs being white.
I see what you're saying.
No, I'm asking yes or no. Do you like